Welcome back to the channel, and today EA Sports dropped the very first player ratings update for College Football 25. So I wanted to cover it and give you all some of the biggest movers and losers in this update. If you all enjoy today's content, don't forget to drop a like and hit that subscribe button below to stick around for more College Football 25 content. I appreciate you being here, and let's get into it. Before we get into the rest of the list, I wanted to highlight some of the players that they showed in their social media posts. The first player is none other than Travis Hunter, one of the cover athletes for the game. He moved up 2 points to a 97 overall with some boost to catch in traffic and a big boost to hit power. At 97, that makes Travis Hunter the highest rated player in College Football 25. Next, we have another Heisman candidate, Ashton Jeanty. Jeanty moves up 4 overall points to a 96, is now in the top, I think, 3 or 5 best players in the game. He also got a boost to his speed and carrying, so he's going to be even more lethal in the coming weeks. Next, we have Cam Ward, who moved up to a 91 from an 89 and got a great boost to throwing on the run, which is now a 97, and the break sack stat as well. D-Hot Camel got a bump of 4 points with a boost to impact blocking by 17 points and block shedding for the middle linebacker. Lastly, the freshman phenom Nico Yamilava got a boost of 2 points up to an 88 with a great 14-point bump to break sack and a 2-point bump to deep throw accuracy. To start this review of the update, we'll just scroll through the top couple players going forward, probably around the top 30 to 50 guys, and just kind of give the highlights. So looking here, you can see Will Johnson has been promoted to one of the top 2 players in the NCAA, and you have him up there with Travis Hunter. Both have been playing very, very good to start the season. Ashton Jeanty was also promoted, like we said earlier, to a 96. Will Campbell stays at a 96, so those are the top 4 players. And you have Jay Higgins out of Iowa, the middle linebacker, will round out the top 5, tied with Malachi Starks, Tate Rutledge, and a few other guys. I'm not going to read through all of these, but a lot of these guys didn't get a boost, but Tet McMillan did. He went up 1 overall point. Caleb Downs didn't as well. Ollie Gordon did get demoted to a 95 from a 96, so you'll see him lose 1 overall point as well. Some of these other guys didn't really get anything. Luther Bird in the third, no one really saw anything about him. Omarion Hampton actually went up 1 overall point. I would love to see if they could, put kind of in parentheses what they were before the update. For a few days after the update, it'd be kind of nice to see. But again, a lot of these top guys didn't really move very much, but Colson Loveland did. He went up from a 92 to a 93, so very good for him as well. Shadur Sanders didn't move at all. That was a pretty notable name that didn't move. A lot of the big time quarterback guys didn't move, but some of the smaller ones kind of moved here and there. As we continue scrolling through here, I'm not really seeing anybody else that we see that kind of made a move. As we keep scrolling here, I'm not really seeing any guys that are really making a jump to me that kind of made some moves. We'll go down and break it down by position and give you all a highlight here in a moment. So a player that did get moved was Drew Aller. He went up from an 89 to an 80, or sorry, he went up from an 88 to an 89. So he was one of the quarterbacks that got a boost. Same as Cade Klubnik. He also got promoted from an 87 to an 88. Both have had decent seasons so far. One guy that did get demoted so far was Jalen Daniels. He moved down 2 overall from a 90 to an 88. Hasn't had a great season so far, so it kind of made sense. Garrett Nussmeier also went up 2 overall from an 85 to an 87. And then Arch Manning, taking a look here, has 87 speed, so he's going to be on the move if you have him. It says field general, but honestly, if you really, really want to put him in a different bracket, it would probably be improviser. He's been able to really move around the field, been a very, very fast quarterback. I think he had a faster sprint time than Tyreek Hill, which is one of the faster players in the NFL that week. We all saw his highlight on social media. And then Grayson McCall also got a demotion from an 88 to an 86. And then moving over here to the running backs, we already spoke on Omarion Hampton that got a promotion. Who else got promotions? I think there's another one. Kyle Monangai from Rutgers also got a promotion. He's having a decent year. He went up from a 90 to a 91, so not a great jump, not a crazy jump, but good enough. Boost of 13, all the way up from a 74 to an 87. So I was going to be a very, very good team in terms of running game. Their quarterback still isn't that good, but if you want to run the ball with them and play good defense, I was going to be your team. Moving on to the wide receivers, you can see here a lot of them didn't really move that much. One of the guys I do want to point out is going to be Kevin Concepcion. He actually went up 1 overall from an 89 to an 80. or 89 to a 90 as well. And then Ty Felton from Maryland, he went up from an 86 to an 89, went up 3 overall points. Isaiah Bond went up 1 as well to an 89. Kyron Lacey got a 2-point bump from an 86 to an 88. Another Colorado wide receiver, Jimmy Hort Jr., went up from a 85 to an 86, so a 1-point bump for him. And in one of more of the surprising moves, Ryan Williams, a freshman phenom out of Alabama, who's gonna go in absolutely crazy in his first few games, only went up 1 overall point. He was on 81 to start the season, he's an 82. There is no way that I don't believe that Ryan Williams isn't like at least a top 50, maybe a top 25 wide receiver right now. It's been multiple games now against some top talent, or maybe not top talent, but some Power 5 teams. It's not like they're playing nobodies, and it's just very surprising they only gave him a 1-point bump. Moving on to a tight end we wanted to cover, Oscar Delp, one of the more notable tight ends. He's plays for Georgia and probably should be a lot better than he has been recently, but he'll get a 1-point loss. So he'll move from a 90 to an 89 overall. While there wasn't a ton of demotions in the skill positions ranks, there was actually some in the left tackles. So Josh Simmons here went down 2 overall from an 87 to an 88. Or sorry, an 85, not an 88. And then Darius Washington from Florida State went down from an 89 to an 85. Kind of self-explanatory with how poor they've been performing this season. And then one of the biggest movers in this category was Chris Adams, who went up 9 overall points from a 71 to an 80. So a very good move for him. He's still not a great overall player, but that's a very, very good boost. And then another Rutgers guy that got a decent promotion was Gus Zelinkas. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it right. Probably not. He got a good boost of a 9 overall bump from a 77 to that 86 overall. So he's going to be a top 15 or top 20 center in the game now. Moving on to our next player is going to be probably one of the bigger movers, more notable guys, Dylan Stewart, a freshman who's been dominating the collegiate ranks so far this season. He went up a total of 9 points from a 78 to an 87. It's going to be a very, very good edge rusher for the rest of the season after this update. The next guy we're going to look at is a middle linebacker, Mike linebacker, Sean Dolick, a senior. He's 89 overall now, bumping up from an 82 at the start of the year. He's been having a good year, and they gave him some credit for that. Another linebacker, Jordan Turner from Michigan State, also got a little bit of a boost from a 79 to an 84, and it's going to be pretty good as well after this update. Moving on to some cornerbacks, we have Connie Walker, who got a great boost of a 9 from that 76 to an 85. He's going to be very lethal on OU secondary. And then the most notable guy probably out of that whole update is going to be Marquise Cooper. He went up 27 overall points, man. 27. I don't know if it was a mistake when they first initially ranked these guys, but man, 27 overall points is a crazy promotion. I'm not sure what his stats look like this season, but they must be crazy, or they just made a mistake when they originally ranked them. One of the last guys we're going to cover, another defensive back, a free safety, is going to be Terry Moore. He got a 10-point boost from an 80 or 76 to an 86. And that's all we had today, guys. Obviously, that's not everybody that was upgraded, and that probably is not everybody that was upgraded that's been covered by a lot of the media outlets, but that's everybody we know of now. I wanted to get you all at least some information. There's going to be a slew of information around, so if y'all want to know, you can go check out the EA Sports update on that, or you can go ahead and check out Twitter. I'm sure there's probably stuff on TikTok. There's also probably stuff all around YouTube. So if you want to get more updates from this, I just try to highlight the biggest names and the biggest movement and stuff like that. But if you all enjoyed, leave a like down below. I appreciate it. But I'll go ahead and catch you all in the next one.